Hi, I'm your host Vasco Duarte. Welcome to the Scrum Master Toolbox podcast, where we share tips and tricks from Scrum Masters around the world. Every day, we bring you inspiring answers to important questions that all Scrum Masters face day after day. Hello, everybody. Welcome to our Success Thursday. This week, we have with us Gosia Smoleńska. Hey, Gosia, welcome back.
Hello, thank you for having me.
So, Gosia, we talk about success for Scrum Masters, but before we dive into that, share with us, what's your favorite retrospective format and why?
I think it's Lean Coffee. I did so many retrospectives in the past, like sailboat or any racing stuff. And I think that Lean Coffee is one of the closest to me because it's, from one hand, it's easy. It's like you have coffee, you can feel this pressure going down in the room, and then you have some formula that you have to follow. And from one hand, it's like light discussion. From the other hand, you have formula and you have to drive it through the formula. And it's easy to understand for people how to actually do it. And sometimes it's fun with giving thumbs up and thumbs down. So I think this one.
Yeah. Well, when you think about the Lean Coffee, so you've talked about how it helps the pressure reduce, that it has a formula, so you know what to do, that it starts with light discussion. It doesn't always end with light discussion, but it does start with light discussion. What do you think is perhaps the most unexpected benefit from a retrospective format like Lean Coffee in the teams that you've worked with?
I think that we are running really fast all the time. We have meetings and we have to do them fast on time, in the time box. We have goal, we have to achieve the goal. And Lean Coffee keeps it all because you have to keep the time box. You have to go through the formula, but still it's not that pressured and you can finish only the topics you can finish. You don't have to go through everything. You don't have to be pressured that, oh, we forgot about this one. No, you just prioritize your topics and you speak about the highest priority. And it also gives this feeling to the team, like, this is the highest priority. Maybe this is how we should work.
Absolutely.
We don't have all the time in the world.
Yeah. That's a great point, by the way, because it does illustrate how we should work in the end, right? Prioritize, deliver the things you can, and then move on.
Yeah, true.
Now, we do these retrospectives, of course, because we want to be successful as Scrum Masters and help our teams to succeed as well. But let's focus on our success. When you think about your role as a Scrum Master, Gosia, how do you define success for yourself?
I think it's so cliche, but success is when we are not needed anymore and no one even noticed that we stopped interfering. So when, for example, we don't need to help team with resolving personal conflicts anymore because they actually know how to handle it themselves. Or we are not invited every single time for every single meeting to facilitate it because they actually learn how to do it. They actually learned, okay, this is the goal, this is the time box, but also what is the value from having this event? What is the value for actually doing that? So they are able to question themselves as we did that in the past. So it's not only we help them, but we also challenge them. And now they do the same. I remember the situation. It was from one hand, I was like, oh, I will cry. From the other hand, I was so proud of my team because one time they were like, you know what? We don't need you here. This is our retrospective. We will run it by ourselves. And I was like, from one hand, it was so nice because they said, go, have a break, have a coffee. We will do the retrospective. We have formula. We know how to do it. We can handle our problems. And from the other hand, it was like, oh, my babies are growing.
I bet it felt like that. I bet.
Yeah, it was like sending your children to school for the first time, you know?
Yeah, I can totally see that. Now, of course, before we get to that, there are many stages, right? There are many steps
Yes.
in the journey of a team's development that may end up, hopefully ends up, with the team being self-sufficient and self-managing. When you look at the teams that you're working with right now, like what are the signs, the tips, the things you're looking for that tell you that, yes, they are on that journey and yes, they will get there at some point?
Mm-hmm. I think that the first hint for me is when they stop bringing me issues and start bringing ideas. So it's not like complaining all the time, but it's also, oh, I have this issue, but I thought I can do it this way.
And when you think about, okay, so they, let's say a team is starting to come to you with suggested answers rather than just questions, because that's another way to put it, right? And what else happens after that? Like, what are the other steps, the other things you want to see?
Mm-hmm. What I want to see is that, okay, they have ideas, they have wanted outcome, they just wanted to check it with me, and then I don't have to check with them if they did it. They actually implement it, and they are showing, oh, so we did this, and this is how it worked, and this is what we've learned.
Yeah, so they're not all the time looking for validation, they're just sharing the process with you, right?
Yeah, that's a nice way to put it. That's true.
When I think about this team's journey of development, of course, I also think about it from the perspective of, right, so they do need to get to a point where they self-manage. But the team is focused on things that, you know, when you look at it from the systemic perspective, they are very narrow, right? Like one deliverable, one sprint, one epic, one product. I mean, it might be more, but you get the idea. But we as Scrum Masters, we can't do that, right? Because we know that actually the quality of the work that the team does is influenced by things around the team that they might not even be aware of. How do you help your teams to be mindful and aware that actually they are constantly being influenced by other things outside the team?
Mm-hmm. That's a great question. And I used for some time, I didn't do it in long time, but I used this exercise of 7 waste from lean management, where you have to actually think what is waste around you. And you are thinking about not only you in a team, but you think about your environment. You think about where are you. And how I like to do it is I like to put, I'm telling 7 because I don't use the last one, which is unused talent. I'm not a manager. I cannot reuse their talents. And that's why I decided not to use it. But I use it, I put flip charts on the walls or in mural, wherever, with 7 different names of waste. And I'm asking them, what waste do you see around you? Not in your team, but what waste do you see around you? And then I'm asking them to find those ways where they do have influence on. Because it's not like you are in the team and you have influence only on the things in your team. Because sometimes you can help, if you work in Spotify a manner, then you have some chapters. Then you can have some discussion with your chapter member, like let's say about the QAs, we have not enough automation and it's stopping us. Why don't you take it with your group of people and work on it systematically in the whole company? Or maybe it will turn out that it's only your team issue and the whole company is going totally different direction, and then you have to follow. So in my opinion, it's great tool to realize around the surroundings.
Absolutely. The 7 wastes from lean. Definitely great. I'll put the link in the show notes. A great book by the Popendix is Lean Software Development, of course. So check that out as well. The link will be in the show notes.
There's also one more book, Fifth Discipline, which shows you the systemic thinking, how you can show that systemic thinking is actually the 5th discipline in your work.
Yeah. Systems thinking is definitely a set of tools that we should all carry with us. Thank you for sharing that, Gosia.
Sure.
Part of a successful Scrum Master job is to help the product owner. Tomorrow we explore that critical role in Scrum, the product owner role. Tune in to learn about product owner anti-patterns, what you can do to help the product owner, and a real-life example of what a great product owner is and what made it so. Tomorrow on our Friday Product Owner episode. See you tomorrow. We really hope you liked our show. And if you did, why not rate this podcast on Stitcher or iTunes? Share this podcast and let other Scrum Masters know about this valuable resource for their work. Remember that sharing is caring.